Hey FIFA fam, Nate PTK back with another E-League 2022 A-League team preview thing. If you're unaware, every E-League competitor must use at least 2 A-League players from their club. So I'm going through the A-League teams one by one to work out which 2 starters I would have and which 2 substitutes I would have on the bench to replace them. Today we're having a look at Sydney FC. Now it will surely surprise no one to know that Sydney FC have a quite strong squad when it comes to FIFA 22. While the A-League men's team are going to miss out on finals football, chances live on for them in the E-League. The big one, of course, getting a special foot item that inform Adam Lefondre. Big ups Adam, by the way, always good for a game on PlayStation. And if you heard me talk enough about the quality foot items, I don't need gold foot items, fam. I'm happy with silvers and bronze. Look, Sydney have plenty of silverware. They've got plenty of silvers too. If you're unfamiliar with FIFA Ultimate Team, some of perhaps the more well-known players to you as an A-League fan, maybe they don't transfer quite as well across the FIFA. Like, I'm just going to come out and say it. For example, Ninkovic, I love him to bits. You know, he's going to be a league legend surely when he finishes up his career. I would not have him in my E-League team. I think he was a gold foot item last year too, and I didn't have him in my team then either. Point being, just because they're a big name doesn't necessarily mean that I'd encourage you to use them in FIFA Ultimate Team. Like, at the end of the day, my recommendation is always just to use your favorite players. That's how I play my foot champs. You do the same. But hey, let's get down to business. 2 starters and 2 reserves. All right, reserve number 2 for me is Michael Zullo. Now, trust that particularly for Sydney FC, these decisions in terms of who starts and who's on the bench was quite difficult. When it comes to fullbacks, you've also got King, who's very similar, if not a bit quicker. And you know your boy Nate PCK normally likes pace. And so maybe it's a hard thing, man. Like, I just love Zullo to bits. I think he's fantastic. Maybe that's why I've gone for him. It also doesn't hurt that this foot item, we've said it before, we'll say it again, fights for the badge. Some foot items just feel better than others, and Zullo on the ball and defensively always feels good for me. Really good agility and balance, and to be honest, those passing stats maybe don't back up how good this foot item is, so that's my substitute number 2. Bahaja. Yeah, substitute number 1, it's Trent. It's Trent Bahaja. I couldn't resist, man. Like, we had that moment in season 1 of the E-League. If you know the clip, you know it. Bahaja's just like my little goat. I could go on about his pace and movement and whatnot. I'm just gonna go out and say it. I picked Bahaja because memes, but genuinely, use Bahaja, please. Give me Bahaja. Give me Bahaja. All right, substitute number 2, moving on, is Ryan Grant. Now, I used Grant in my Australian A-League Foot Champ squad that I've been streaming and playing with and sharing links and pictures of. One of the big assets with this foot item is the stamina. Ryan Grant just never seems to get tired. Now, admittedly, I've actually replaced him in my A-League combined squad with Atkinson. And again, it's just one of those feel things. A lot of these foot items are quite similar when it comes to stats. In the end, you just got to go with what's right for you. That is, you know, picture in game still has the mullet. It certainly is a factor. But as most of these competitors will use one attacking player and one defensive player, my defensive player, starter number 2, is Ryan Grant. And surprise, surprise, starter number 1 is Adam Lefondre. Now, have I just chosen him because he's going to send me an abusive message if I don't? Look, maybe. And while I know that Adam was a bit disappointed with his lack of pace on the foot item, it is certainly good at contributing in other areas. Lefondre's inform is able to dribble and pass quite well indeed. And it has to be one of the most, if not the most lethal finishing A-League foot item that we have in FIFA 22. There you go, Adam. If that's not a big of enough of a shout, I don't know what is. If you put a Hunter Chem style on this foot item, honestly, you're going to be set. It's enough pace to work with, and he certainly gets the space to get his shots off. And just a little helpful note to finish. He's got the finesse shot trait. Finesse! All right, but that's just me and the foot items that I would use if I was competing for Sydney FC in the E-League. But what about you? Let me know on Twitter in the comments down below who you would like to use. There's only 3 teams left to preview, so join me tomorrow for the next one. I'll see you then. Bye.